Manifestation is an ongoing process, and when you begin to consciously manifest, you can fall into some pitfalls and traps that actually really keep you more stuck and limited to attracting what you truly desire. So in this video, we're going to be pinpointing what are the pitfalls to this, how to avoid this, and to make sure that you're not currently stuck in a trap, and that's why you haven't manifested what it is you desire. Hi, my name is Dana. I'm a spiritual energy healer and psychic, bringing you weekly videos to help you grasp and understand easy concepts on how to begin aligning your own energy and consciously manifesting your reality. So if you want to begin becoming a master at the art of creation and manifesting what you truly desire, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future episodes. Now let's dive in. The universe is actually responding to your vibrational output. So let me break this down for you. To sum it up in the most easiest way possible, your vibrational output is how you feel. When we break that down, that's your emotion, okay? And from your emotion, what that consists of is what you are playing in your mind about your life and what is happening around you. What you're seeing, what you're experiencing, who you're talking to, what you're listening to, it all plays in your mind to create an emotion. And now we have these patterns, okay? They're quite habitual because since you were a baby, just born out into this world, came here reincarnated to, manifest the desires you feel called to, because that's why your soul reincarnated here. A lot of us are operating on habitual patterns of emotions, okay? What I mean by this is since you were born until the age of 12, you're actually in a hypnotic state, okay? So your brain is taking on all the information around you, what your parents are saying, what the babysitter is saying, what you hear on the TV, it's all rooted within your subconscious. This is where you've gained majority of your beliefs. Now, as well as after the age of 12, you still have occurrences and experiences that shape your beliefs and what you truly believe you're capable of. This is where a lot of our habitual patterns come from. So habitual patterns are these thoughts that play on repeat throughout our day based on our past experiences, our past conditioning, social conditioning, all of these things that we're told to live life a specific way, okay? So every day you're waking up with these patterns of thoughts, okay, which underlying are actually your vibration. It's what the universe is responding to. Let's not lose sight of that. So your emotion is the beacon to the universe to alert it that you want more of something. So how to be a very conscious creator is becoming aware of that. That's the number one thing. And if you already have that self-awareness, that you understand what your emotions are when they hit you, what story you're playing in your mind because of it, you're already won half the battle with that. If you need practice on determining what's actually going on up there, because we can't monitor it all and change it. You just need to become aware of when your emotions shift. And if you really want to figure out why that's happening, you can peel a layer back and ask, okay, so what story am I playing in my mind about my life right now that is making me feel this emotion? Majority of the time, like 98% of the time, that story is not even true. It's a story we tell ourselves because our nervous system in our body is frightened by change. It does not like the unfamiliar, okay? And a lot of times when we begin consciously manifesting, you have to face how you're perceiving life. You have to face what your beliefs are and what's limiting you. And then you got to begin changing that. But that's all real energy. And this is why I incorporate energy healing with conscious manifestation, because once you know how energy and manifestation works, it only makes sense to do that. Because if you're just focusing on manifesting and you're not focusing on your energy, you're 50% out of the game. This is why I've incorporated them together and created Spirit Ascension. So one of the first obstacles that's really going to affect how good you are at consciously manifesting what you truly desire is not allowing your now reality that you're seeing, smelling, tasting, touching affect your dominant vibration. Because again, this dominant vibration in your body is that beacon to the universe saying, hey, yes, give me more. This universe is not, there's no assertion. There's only attraction. Okay? So you can't tell it, no, I don't like this anymore. You're really just saying yes to that. So this dominant vibration within you is what's beaconing out to the universe. So if you really begin to think about that and think about how you're reacting to your daily reality, the majority of your energy are probably in vibrations that are bringing you very similar energies to what you're already experiencing or things you don't want. And if it is bringing you what you do want, then you are doing something right. You're focusing that dominant energy with you more on the outcome than what already is. Because a lot of us want to manifest. So we try a technique, we do something, and then we're waiting and we're looking at our now reality to give us proof of this. Now, what that does, you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot by doing that, because you're looking at your now reality, which is not yet what you want. You're allowing that to be your dominant vibration. This is what you beacon out to the universe. And this is why a lot of you experience the exact same place where you are right now and you haven't really changed much. Okay? Because of that. Now, maybe you experience something bad and then that gains momentum and then your focus becomes more dominantly with that. And now you get this other thing that happens that's bad. And this is why bad things, they say, happen in threes. It's not necessarily threes. It's just the momentum. And so over time, it's bringing you more of those type of manifestations. And so what we really need to do, you get to the point and you say no more, you start focusing differently, and then it changes. But sometimes it takes a lot of heartache and struggle to get to that point, and it doesn't always have to be that way. You're going to learn from that, you're going to evolve from that, and you can heal from that, but there's a much easier route to go about it all. And that's what we're going to get into right now. Let's give an example of the emotion of effortlessness. If you had a lot of money, a lot of things would feel effortless, okay? But there's other things you can do to begin feeling effortless. So when you can find something that gets you into that mode, gets you into that energy, gets you into that feeling, that becomes your dominant vibration. But in order for it to become dominant over what already is and the momentum you have going on with your energy, you have to do it quite frequently. This is why you want to carve out a workshop time, whether it's in the morning, which is very powerful, and at night, which is also very powerful, but you can do this anytime, is understanding what these emotions are of what you want to attract. And if you can't think and feel good about the actual subject that you want to attract, get on a different subject that makes you feel a similar emotion and begin emitting that emotion more often. That's it. That's going to help you shift the energy. This is actually what I show you how to do step by step in Spirit Ascension. Now, I have a free workbook you can grab below and begin this process. Or if you want to deep dive and spend the next 30 days drastically changing your energy, then enroll in Spirit Ascension. Because just by doing the work step by step that you'll learn in Spirit Ascension will drastically change your energy in 30 days. Okay, and you can also access that through the link below. So I want you to begin identifying and writing these emotions down and then finding practices that'll help ignite these emotions out of you. This is a bit of a process in the beginning, but once you grab the idea and have a concept of the emotion, then all you need is about 5-10 minutes a day, and then you could just be in that energy and be in that emotion, and that'll shift for you. And a lot of the times what you'll find out, what happens once you pinpoint these emotions, is that all of a sudden you'll be doing something during the day that you wouldn't have thought would bring that emotion out in you. But because now you have this awareness, you're like, wow, this makes me feel very abundant. I feel very effortless right now. And so if you notice that, that could begin being one of these activities that you do that naturally lights you up in the energy that'll beacon out of you and gain more momentum. So it could be your dominant now energy, your feeling, which is what you're beaconing out to the universe to attract back to you. Okay? So all these words I'm using, vibration, frequency, don't let it be difficult. It all comes down to your feeling, your emotion. And as long as you can bring your awareness back to that emotion and understand that if you don't distract yourself from that emotion, you are attracting more of that. If it's a great emotion, good, bring more of it, baby. And if it's not, then we need to work on shifting that energy and changing. And that's very simple when you put it that way. Okay, so now what you've been actually waiting for, the biggest manifestation trap that you're going to fall into, okay? Because a lot of us seek out conscious creation and manifestation because of a lot of trauma that happened to us. So when we overcome our trauma and begin healing from our trauma, one of the first things we really get tied to is being able to control a situation. We want to know all the ins and outs of it. And we want to begin consciously creating our reality so we know what to expect, right? That is a trauma response, okay? And so this is what we need to tread carefully with that, because you're going to get an idea in your mind of something you want to manifest so badly, okay? And you have this idea in your mind and you have this control about it. But this control that you're trying to make it unfold the way that you want it to is actually what's limiting you and blocking you from that actual manifestation happening. So maybe you feel called to something and then you have this vision and now you have this idea, okay? And so you feel really inspired and now you're like stuck on this is how it needs to go. I need to do this and then this is going to happen. And then from that, I'm going to have this. And that's all beautiful. Having this as a guide and using your imagination to emit emotions within you, because again, your emotion, your feeling is that beacon, is what is so powerful about manifestation. And so powerful about using your imagination with that and imagining it, right? Because your mind doesn't know the difference between something you imagine and something that actually happened. So we like to use that to our advantage instead of our disadvantage, which a lot of us do naturally. We just think up these worst case scenarios and thinking we're protecting ourselves, but we're really beaconing out energy we don't want to attract, okay? So again, back to this trap. You have to let go of the control of the outcome. You just have to let it go. And that sometimes you're not going to notice. I've even caught myself being trapped in the control of an outcome. Like why I created this podcast, why I created my course, why I'm now starting to write a book, right? So all of these things, I'm very like, I want to control and I want to manifest this. But what I have to remember is that the universe has a greater capacity to see what could be even more abundant and bring me something that my physical mind can't even have the capacity to imagine. Okay. And so we have to be open to that. And the way that we become open to that and not so attached to the outcome and attached to what we really want to create is, again, focusing all on the emotion. So I'm going to give you a technique right now that I actually touch base on in Spirit Ascension. It's called the Book of Positive Aspects. Is a huge tool I like to lean on when I feel I might be too attached to an outcome. So this is where you spend 5 to 10 minutes, preferably do this outside if weather doesn't call for it, be near a window. And what you want to do is you want to just get a book. You want to open it up and you want to begin feeling emotions and writing them down. So if my end result, what would I be feeling? I'd be feeling appreciation. I'd be feeling freedom. I'd be feeling excitement. I'd be feeling adventurous. I'd be feeling passionate. I'd be feeling grateful, appreciative. So all these things, even if you are very repetitive with them, that's okay. What you're doing in this practice, getting your body used to feeling the emotion of the end result. And simply by just opening up a book, connecting with a lighter energy by looking at the nature outside, being outside and not trapped indoors or by a window, looking out, feeling lighter, and then writing these emotions. It's a beautiful practice. Get a book, get a journal, put your book of positive aspects on it. Begin doing this today. Okay? And just roll with it. If it starts to feel uncomfortable, do it as long as you can. Close the book, open it to the next day. Sometimes you might not do it for 5 days and you'll notice, you'll open the book, be like, oh, it's been 5 days since I actually practiced this. And so doing it consistently will give you the best outcome possible from that process and from that exercise. But all you have to do is, because your subconscious mind is really playing the end game here. And our subconscious mind has been affected from when we were young. I was talking about how we're in a hypnotic state. Because there's only really two powerful ways that our subconscious retains information that helps us create a reality. Unconsciously aware of it, but it's hypnotic states. Okay. And you were naturally in that for the first 12 years of your life. This is where a lot of our subconscious limiting beliefs come from that limit us. And so this is why, in order to reprogram your subconscious mind, it takes either a hypnotic state like hypnosis or repetition of writing something so many times, feeling something so many times, or something happening over and over again. It really impacts the subconscious. Both of these things really help impress the subconscious mind. Okay, which will help you elevate effortlessly more of your conscious manifestations, which helps you begin manifesting what you truly desire more effortlessly. And this is what I teach in Spirit Ascension. So if you want to learn this, don't be scared of hypnosis. It's just a brainwave, okay? And so you can train your body to get into this brainwave so you can impress the subconscious mind more easily with what it is you actually want and need to believe in order to attract it to you. But again, that trap you're going to fall into, don't hold too tightly to exactly what you're imagining and needing it to be this exact way. Allow and use your imagination to ignite the emotions within you, that feeling within you, because that's the beacon of what you'll attract back to you. But if you hold on too tightly to it, you're actually disrupting the natural flow and you're blocking that manifestation from coming to you more authentically and naturally and with ease. Okay, and this is what surrendering is really all about. Okay, so now that you know the obstacles you're going to run into and the biggest manifestation trap that, can happen for you, you're a little bit more ready now and be more aware if that's what you're actually caught up in right now. Have you been really tied to an outcome and been trying to do something for maybe a year now, maybe 2 years, and it still hasn't happened for you? You might be tied to an attachment. You need to surrender, let go, and just focus on the end emotions. You're really desiring to manifest something and it just hasn't happened for you yet. I highly recommend just enrolling in Spirit Ascension. It's going to give you everything you need, the step-by-step process. It is ultimately only you that can make these changes in your life. But it becomes easier when you know somebody that's already done it and that is continuing to do it and has found a process that actually works. And you could just follow these step-by-step processes in your own way, in your own time, to get the results you so desire. If this video has resonated with you and you feel like you've learned something, make sure to give it a like. And if you're not yet subscribed, do so now so you don't miss out on my weekly episodes to really learn how to begin honing your energy and consciously creating your reality. I can't thank you enough for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.